Hi, Ava. Aren't you going to come home yet? It's almost time for dinner. I'm sure your daughter Dora wants to have dinner with her mother as well.
Huh? Are you trying to make me come home by bringing up Dora? That's called bullying your son's wife. You need to respect me more because I'm being kind enough to let you live with us.
I don't really need you to live with me, though.
I guess so, because you don't have any illnesses and are still of the age where you can still work just fine.
If you understand, then would you please stop making me take care of Dora for you all the time?
What?
It's always me, her grandmother, who sends her off and picks her up from kindergarten. She spends most of her time at home with me as well.
Of course she does, because I'm asking you to take care of her.
That's not what I'm trying to say. Her father usually comes home by 5 in the evening, but you always come home after Dora's already gone to bed. Don't you think that not spending time with your 5-year-old daughter could be a bad thing for your relationship with her in the future? Not only that, but I don't know where you go off to from morning till dusk, but it seems that you're spending a ton of money.
What? You have no right to call me out on that. Speaking of which, I'm actually very busy. I can't come home yet, so make sure Dora takes a bath, eats dinner, and goes right to bed, alright?
Huh? Hold on. Just what time do you intend on coming home? Tell me that at least.
I don't know.
Ava!
I'll end the conversation here then.
Jesus, will you please stop messing around?
Hi, Mrs. Tate. Are you home yet? You have it so easy going on a trip 3 days with your second son's family.
The main purpose of the trip was to do an interview for work, and I only brought my second son's family because they also had something to do with work.
An interview? That doesn't make sense. So, are you home yet?
Yes, we just reached the front door.
Go to your room immediately.
Huh? All my stuff is gone, and in its place is this supposed to be a child's room?
That room is going to be Dora's room from now on, so leave the house, will you?
What? Me? You're telling me to leave the house?
Yes, I am. Do I have to repeat myself?
Where did you put all my stuff?
I threw it all away.
You threw it away? Even my computer and printer?
Of course. Those are just your toys, right? It doesn't make sense for me not to throw them away.
I use those for work. What have you done?
What are you talking about? You don't even have a job, right?
Huh?
You see, Mrs. Tate, have you noticed that it's been 3 years since we started living with you?
I don't know the exact amount of days, but I remember around 3 years ago today my son Desmond suddenly brought you and Dora to my house and said, "Please let us live with you."
Huh? What do you mean, let us live with you? Don't you mean that we offered to live with you?
What? The company Desmond worked at suddenly went bankrupt, and he could no longer support the family, so you 3 would live with me until he found another job. Was the situation right?
Huh? Ew! You're so delusional. The only reason Desmond changed jobs was because he found a better paying one. It also just happens to be that his new office was near your house, so we were kind enough to move in with you. But even after that, you show us this huge attitude all the time, even though you're just a parasite that depends on Desmond to get by. It really touches on my nerves, you know? Don't you realize I'm giving you a job to do by making you take care of Dora as a way to repay what we're doing for you? That's why I finally decided to exercise my authority as the oldest son's wife and take your room away from you. This is to show you how lucky you were that Desmond offered for us to move in with you. The parasite's garbage needed to be cleaned up, you know. And finally, leave.
What are you going to do about Dora? Is there someone else that's going to take care of her?
I'm going to invite my mother to live with us from now on. So, there aren't any problems regarding that. Actually, she's already here. By the way, the guest room is now my mother's room.
Is that so?
I'll say it one more time. Parasitic trash like you needs to be cleaned up and thrown away. Please just hurry up and leave.
I understand. I'll clean up, all right?
Oh, look at her now. You're going to clean yourself up, the garbage, by yourself? I mean, go ahead.
There's one last thing I want to tell you, though. You've barely spoken to Desmond these past 3 years, right?
So what if I haven't?
I heard that whenever Desmond tries to find time for the two of you to talk, you always brush it off and ignore him. You should realize that by kicking me out, you've made your position a very dangerous one.
Huh?
Well then, I'll be seeing you at a later date.
Mrs. Tate! Is it seriously true that this house used to be your parents' house and you've been the owner since you inherited it 10 years ago? And that when you were on the computer, you weren't playing games, but actually working as a freelance worker? And that Desmond has been trying and failing to get a job these past 3 years? Which is why you've been paying for our living expenses all this time?
Yes, it's true. You've got something wrong with Desmond, though. It's not that he hasn't been working at all these past 3 years. He found a job at a temp agency and worked as a temporary employee for a while, but the pay was so low that he couldn't possibly support his family with it, which is when he noticed that he has no skills that would make him attractive in the job market. That's when he decided to get a national license and quit his job at the temp agency, and he started studying while working part-time. Thankfully, he was able to pass the exam. He was able to find a new job immediately thanks to his new qualifications, but, to his dismay, that company also went bankrupt 3 months later.
Huh.
Just yesterday, though, he was finally able to have some good luck. A friend of his who started his own business contacted him saying he was looking for someone with the exact same qualifications Desmond had, and so he hired Desmond. A few days earlier, Desmond told me that he was finally able to get a job that paid well. I gave a sigh of relief at that, but now for some reason, I've been kicked out of my own home by his wife.
No way. This is the first I'm hearing this.
I told you yesterday, but Desmond would always try and find time to talk to you, but you would always just ignore him, saying that it was a hassle. I do think that me and Desmond are partly to blame for what happened, though, since we always just let you get away with it. By the way, how's Dora?
She keeps asking me where her grandmother is. Even though my mother is also her grandmother, Dora won't listen to a word she says. She just barely listens to what her father Desmond says.
I told you that not spending any time with Dora, who's only 5 years old, might negatively affect your relationship with her in the future, right? It seems that that's what's happened.
But then what are you saying I should do? I have no idea what to do with Dora. Mrs. Tate, what is this invoice you sent me? I don't have $100,000. I'm just a housewife.
But that's the money you owe me for breaking the tools I need for work. It's the computer and the printer you called my toys. $100,000 is probably cheaper than what it's actually worth. Luckily, the data I was currently working on was backed up. But since my computer was thrown away, I'm no longer able to meet my deadlines. Desmond offered to pay for it, but I refused his offer.
Why?
If someone bails you out of this situation, this wouldn't have taught you a lesson. By the way, both your mother and your father, who's currently abroad on a business trip, agreed to making you pay for the damages. I always wondered what you were doing while you were off somewhere, making me take care of Dora for you. Apparently, you were always at your parents' house in the neighboring town and just laid around looking at shopping catalogs. I thought I would tell you because of your excuse of me bullying you is not going to work with your parents anymore.
No way. I was divorced. Desmond let me off without making me pay an alimony, but he says I have to pay him child support every month from now on. I regret what I did, so why don't we just forget all about this? I oppose us divorcing.
But didn't you sign the divorce papers yourself?
I only did so because Desmond pressured me to. Please convince Desmond to get back together with me. Have a bit of sympathy for me.
Well, I do understand why you people don't want to get divorced. You probably would have divorced Desmond without a second thought, though, if he was unemployed like he used to be. But now he's found a new job for sure this time, and he's going to be earning as much as he used to 3 years ago.
I know that.
Thinking of divorcing a woman who sees my son only as an ATM is the right choice. Which is why I have no intention of helping you.
But, fine. If it's come to this, then I'm not going to leave this house no matter what you do. I'll consider leaving if you let me get back together with Desmond and forget about the $100,000, though.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I've already sold that house.
You sold it?
I mean, it's already 70 years old. It doesn't look like it, but it's already falling apart in some places. I was debating whether to reform it or to sell it, but I decided selling it would be a better decision for me.
No way! My mom's telling me not to come home.
I'll give you until the end of this month, so hurry up and prepare to leave, all right?
I have nowhere else to go. Why is no one helping me?
I decided not to help Ava in any way except for giving her time until the end of the month to move out. It seems that she interpreted what I told her in a different way, though, since it didn't look like she had packed her stuff even when it was the night before she was supposed to leave. Desmond, who had finally had enough, forcefully threw her out of the house after noon that next day, since she refused to leave. Of course, I couldn't let Dora see her parents like this, so I handed her over to my second son's house, where I'm also temporarily staying. Desmond was able to get custody of Dora, so it seems that I'm going to be helping him take care of her at my new house we're moving into next week. As for Ava, who is now on her own, apparently she was able to find a job that came with housing. She got into trouble with the other employees on the first day, though, and since she can't just quit, she now spends every day being treated coldly by her fellow employees, always working on the verge of tears.
Irina, you get out of the hospital today, right?
Oh, yeah.
Again, congratulations on giving birth. How are you feeling?
I don't feel like I've completely recovered yet, but I'm gradually getting better.
I see. I'll get your bed ready before I come pick you up, so you can rest as soon as you get home.
Thanks. You're gonna pick me up at around 10, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Did you attach the baby seat to the car?
Yes, of course. She's our beautiful daughter. We need to make sure she's safe.
Alright, I'll go to sleep then. Tomorrow at 10, right?
Yep, good night. Irina? You haven't talked to me even once since you came home a week ago. Is texting you no good either? It's a bit strange texting you while in the same house, but we have a child now, and you understand that we can't be wasting time on some sort of fight, right? I'll listen if there's anything you don't like about what I'm doing, and I'll try to improve. If saying it to me in person is difficult, then you can just tell me everything by text. Reply when you feel like it. I think your mother is about to arrive. I'll be in my room doing work. I made breakfast and lunch for the three of us and put it in the fridge, so just put it in the microwave when you want to eat. Just knock on my door or give me a letter if there's something you need, okay? Good evening, brother-in-law. Oh, hi Arnold. Long time no see. Sorry for not being able to visit you too much. Is now a good time? Yep, I just finished work. I see. I'm glad you have time. You work from home, so I don't know what time is a good time for you. I guess. Sometimes I'm still working late in the night. If you just send me a text, I'll make sure to reply when I have time. Alright, thanks. That reminds me. I heard about your achievements from my friend who works at your company. Your ideas were adopted by the company 2 years in a row, right? It's incredible. Oh, thank you, Kareem. Well, but that's enough about me. Something the matter? It's about my sister. You mean Irina? Has she been acting a bit strange ever since she gave birth? Yeah, now that you mention it, she has. I knew it. To tell you the truth, I don't know what to do with her. How was she behaving? I know that I already mentioned it, but I'm not sure if I should tell this to you, her brother. I don't mind, please tell me. I also have something very important to tell you. Would you like to meet right now? I heard my mother came in the afternoon and is now taking care of Irina and her baby. It's alright if you go out for a bit, no? I guess, alright. Let's meet. Good morning, Kareem. Sorry for being so sudden last night. No. Thank you for going out of your way to help me. But especially what I said about your daughter, Anna. It's still an uncertainty, yes, but you must have been very surprised. Yes. I truly am sorry. No, don't apologize. You did nothing wrong. In fact, I thank you for telling me something that must have been difficult for you to say. Thanks to you, I can finally understand why Irina's acting the way she is. I consider what you told me valuable information as to what to do from now on. Thank you for saying that. It lightens the burden on my heart, even if slightly. If there's anything I can help you with, then don't hesitate to tell me. Yep. Thanks. It's been 1 month since you started ignoring me, huh? Even your mother is completely ignoring me now. But you still make me do all of the household chores. Ridiculous. Well, it looks like you're taking care of Anna, so I'm glad about that, I guess. That reminds me. I know that you're reading these texts but not replying, as usual, but there's something I need to tell you. I found a new job, so I'm going to have to leave the house for a while, which means that you two will have to do the household chores. I feel a bit guilty for having to leave you on your own after giving birth. Before I knew it, your mother has been staying over and basically just lives here now, so you should be fine, right? Well, that's it. Take care of Anna, alright? Bye. Good morning, Arnold. The results came, so I decided to tell you about it. Good morning, Kareem. How are the results? It's just as you told me, which means that this uncertainty has now become a certainty. I see. Then are you... Yep, I'm going to start tomorrow. Both Irina and her mother are basically always at home, so I'll need to do it discreetly over the 2 weeks, though. I'll help as much as I can. It's not strange I come visit saying that I want to meet my nephew Anna, right? Thanks, I appreciate it. I wonder whether they'll ignore you as well, though.
Kareem? I thought that no one was doing the household chores, but then I noticed all your stuff was gone.
Oh, hi. It's been 1.5 months, right? You just completely ignored me for so long.
Who cares about that now? Why is all your stuff gone? Even your shoes. Everything is gone except the sandals you left at the front door.
Oh, yeah. Those sandals are there to camouflage me taking away all my shoes.
Huh? Camouflage?
It's the most noticeable part, so I made sure to take away my shoes at the very last moment. I'll leave those sandals there, so use them or throw them away or whatever.
I don't care about your sandals. What is the meaning of this? Why did you take away all your stuff?
I moved.
Why? Why did you just move without telling me anything?
The lawyer I hired is going to be contacting you soon, so kindly cooperate with him, alright?
Your lawyer? What did you hire a lawyer for? Do you plan on divorcing me or something?
I'm not going to block you on my phone for the time being, but in general, talk to my lawyer from now on, okay?
Why? Why are you doing this? At least tell me.
Well then, goodbye.
What? Kareem, what in the hell is going on? What are you gonna do about our baby? You have a duty to provide for me and your daughter. Don't you realize that you're a husband as well as a father? Kareem!
Sister.
Oh, Arnold. Hey, you've been getting along with Kareem recently, right? Kareem suddenly left the house. Do you know something about this? I asked him why all his stuff was gone, and he said he had moved. Apparently, he's even hired a lawyer for some reason.
So, are you going to tell me that you have no clue as to why he might have done this?
What?
Even mom isn't on it, right?
I didn't do anything.
You acted like he didn't exist for 1.5 months, but when he actually disappears, you start panicking. I don't know. It just seemed like you were underestimating us too much, or maybe you're actually that bad at acting.
What are you talking about?
Anna isn't Kareem's daughter, right?
What?
It was made certain after a DNA test. There's another man, right? Which means that you cheated on Kareem.
Hang on, Arnold. What are you...
This other man is an older colleague of mine who works at the same company as me. I asked him, and apparently he was your ex-boyfriend. Not only that, but he's married.
How do you know that much?
We were having a drink party with everyone at the department one day. After I told him that I didn't have a girlfriend, he started bragging about how he's so popular with the ladies. He was drunk and accidentally told me that he was cheating. He explained in great detail that there's a high probability the baby his mistress recently gave birth to was his child. He talked about how her husband made a lot of money, and so they're going to use him as a personal ATM and even make him take care of their child, while they just enjoy. He showed me pictures and videos of you in bed saying, "This is my girlfriend."
No way. Don't tell me.
Yup, to think that the woman naked in bed with this man was my sister.
What the hell is that man doing?
It seems he hasn't noticed that I'm his girlfriend's brother, though. I used that to my advantage and got him to give me a lot of information, which I then told to Kareem.
What? So that means that it's your fault Kareem found out?
Yup, I'm the kind of person who can't just pretend something like this didn't happen.
Arnold, what the hell are you doing? You betrayed your own sister.
Sorry, but even if you are my sister, I just can't forgive people like you. Honestly, you disgust me, Irina. It seems that Mom knows all about it and is siding with you, but I'm going to side with Kareem.
What are you doing? All I did was for nothing now.
Well then, I'm going to be cutting ties with you and Mom, so
What?
that's why I quit my job. It's already been decided that I'm going to work for another company based far away. So I moved at the same time as Kareem.
Hold on. If you're gone, then who's going to provide for me and Mom? Dad can't provide for us with just his pension money.
Why don't you ask this other man to help you?
Huh?
Apparently his wife found out, so he's getting divorced.
Her wife found out as well? Let me guess, you told her?
Like I said, I'm the kind of person that can't just stand by while something like this is happening. It's probably going to be a hassle since his wife is going to make him pay an alimony, but it's better if he's with you than if he wasn't, right? Wait, now that I think about it, I don't think that's true. Apparently, the company found out that he wasn't doing work and instead going to hotels with you, and even used the company car for your dates. So he was fired.
What? Arnold, you come home right now. Either that or tell me where Kareem is.
I'm not gonna do either what you said. Bye. Don't try to find me.
Kareem, you've made a misunderstanding. This is all part of Arnold's scheme to break us up. I didn't do anything wrong, so please come back. Say something, please. Kareem, don't just ignore me.
After that, I was able to divorce Irina using evidence that she had cheated on me and made both her and this other man pay me an alimony up front. As for why Irina was ignoring me, apparently she had been pretending all along so that I would give her money. But now that we had children, she thought I wouldn't be able to divorce her anymore and so started ignoring me just because she wanted to. That being said though, ignoring me completely feels a lot more tiresome than maybe just giving me some short reply, and this was her way of getting revenge for making her pretend like she liked me up until then. She didn't expect for me to find out through her brother, it seems, which is a bit stupid to be honest, since she must have known where her brother worked, and probably also knew where this other man worked as well. Also, her father divorced her mother after finding out what she had done through Arnold. My father-in-law is not a very strong-willed person, but even he couldn't forgive what his wife had done by siding with Irina. He took care of what to do with Anna after that, and it was decided that she would be adopted by relatives on Irina's side of the family. Irina and her mother went to the man that she was cheating with, but, of course, putting three degenerates with no money together just makes things worse. And it seems they still haven't decided which of them is going to work.